Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about a movie I've just watched for the second time, and that is Graverobbers, also known as Dead Mate, which I think is a way more apropos name for the film. This is a 1988 American black comedy horror film written and directed by Straw Weissman and starring Elizabeth Menino, David Gregory, Lawrence Bokius, and a few others. It is 93 minutes long. This has a Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome that came out a few years ago, and the cover always looked interesting to me. So I checked it out a while ago. I didn't love it, but I decided to give it a rewatch today, and I liked it a lot more. So the main plot of the movie is Elizabeth Menino's character's name is Nora, and she works at a diner. And pretty early on, you find out that she is an ex-prostitute and she's at this diner sort of trying to change her life around, turn over a new leaf, etc. And this gentleman comes in who is a undertaker. His name is John Henry Cox in the movie. It's David Gregory, the actor. And on the spot, he sort of promises to change her life and he wants to marry her and he gives her an engagement ring just instantly. It is the weirdest first meeting I've ever seen, I think, on film. He just instantly proposes and is like, "Can you move in with me? And I would love to marry you." And it's so weird. And because she is so hard up to change her life and have money and have, a decent life, she says yes. And they move off. They leave that instant and go off to the mortuary where she then finds out he's the undertaker of the neighborhood and marries him like the next day. So all this weird stuff starts happening. Not that that wasn't weird enough. All this weird stuff starts happening in the little town he's in. I think it's Morley is the name of the town. I could be incorrect. And these people are all very strange. The sheriff's weird. Obviously, the Undertaker, who she's married to, is weird. He has a guy that is his chauffeur. He's strange. Just everything's weird, and she's starting to kind of realize things aren't what they seem. She then hides in a closet and catches a glimpse of the people working in the mortuary molesting and trying to sleep with the dead bodies. There's also the EMTs that pick up a dead body and they're molesting and sleeping with that dead body. I think it's the same one. And she starts to piece this together. The story gets It's a slow movie, but it's a little weird. There is some suspense. Actually, I take that back. It's not a little weird. It's a lot of weird. There is some suspense in regards to what's going on and her sort of figuring this out now being chased by the mortuary people because they're starting to realize she's realizing what's happening. And then it just gets weirder. The other thing with the film is the music. They were very tone deaf with some of the music, or I guess because it's a black comedy, the music is sometimes upbeat, which was odd and awkward in a sense. By the end of the movie, without ruining anything, there's also some strange music at the end of the film and a twist. And then after the film, there's a little montage of each of the characters in the movie, and there's happy music and what they've now gone on to do with their lives. So it's sort of like this weird horror movie with really tongue-in-cheek goofiness and dreamlike sequences. If any of that sounds good to you, you will probably enjoy Graverobbers, aka Dead Mate. It's not a great horror movie, but it's definitely interesting. And I think that if I would have rented this when I was younger from like a video store looking for a horror movie that I didn't know anything about, I probably would have been initially like I am now, a little like, what the hell is going on? What am I watching? And then by the end of it, you sort of realize it's goofiness mixed with the horror aspect, and you kind of get a kick out of it. I think if you didn't like this movie the first time, give it a second watch because it feels like if you pay a little more attention and you know what you're getting into, it sort of has a charm to it. It's not great, but I did enjoy it. So I'm going to put this one on my, to buy list if I find it for a cheap price in one of my Facebook groups or something like that. not top of my list, but it's definitely interesting. Sort of has that weirdness going on with like Mountaintop Motel Massacre, or what's the other one? Zombie Island Massacre. Like it has that weird, cheesy B movie spookies, like where you can tell it's bad, but it's sort of fun in a way. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Graverobbers, aka Dead Mate, what you thought of it. This is not to be confused with the Mexican film, also called Graverobbers, which also just got a Vinegar Syndrome release, but that's way more recent. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.